Hello everyone, this is Lynn from Planabug. This is actually my first video and I thought of showing you the setup on my Midori Traveler's Notebook. I got this in early February and I immediately fell in love with it. I love the system. I loved how simple the notebook is. And as you can see, it is basically a piece of leather held together by some elastic. And this is the middle one. So let's go ahead and see what my setup is like. I don't really have that many things in here actually, but yeah. So this is the first notebook. My Midori actually has 3 separate notebooks and a couple of accessories in between, and I'll show you what they are. So the first notebook is where I actually stuck on a pen loop. So the first notebook is actually the grid notebook. Okay, this is the original Midori notebook, one of the original Midori notebooks. And this is the grid one. And I really like the grid papers a lot because the grid is actually quite faint, but it's there. So it serves as a guide, when you're writing, so you can write straight. And what I've done with this first notebook is just to insert some random bits, I guess. This is not the main planner. But it's mostly, to put in some random things, such as, this yearly planner. I even have gift ideas in here, some health and fitness reminders, some meals my husband and I like to eat. And I should really start filling out more, but I haven't really been inspired as yet. And then at the middle of the page, I actually have, at the middle of the book, I have some blog ideas. So that's it for the first book. I really should start filling out some of the pages, more of the pages in fact, but I have not really gotten around to doing so. The second notebook is actually the main weekly planner that I use, and what I've done is I've sandwiched it between the clear pocket folder in the regular Midori size. So this one is not the original Midori accessory, but something that I got from one of the local shops, and I actually prefer this particular one. It has 1 long slot on the front and 3 credit card slots on the back of the left side. So I thought this actually gave you more options when it comes to putting stuff in. As you can see, I don't really use this insert as much. On the front, on the long slot, I have this, what is this? This to-do list that I got from Muji. And this is I wouldn't really call this a dashboard, but this is just basically a clear acetate where I've stuck some sticky flags on and a post-it note as well. So this is where the main weekly planner is inserted into, and the reason why I put it in the middle is because usually I am referring to this main weekly planner the most. So having it in the middle means that it's I can open it up properly and sit down and write on it without too much bumps and surface irregularities, I suppose. So The weekly insert comes in two different formats. The one that I have is the horizontal format. So there's another one that is in a vertical format, and that one has the days, across the page vertically. And I think that one's a bit harder to use because each day is rather narrow. The space for each day is rather narrow, and because I write in Roman letters or in English, it is very, very difficult to squeeze everything into that narrow slot, and it's a lot easier to just write horizontally, I find. But if you write in Japanese or Chinese, then the vertical format might actually be a bit better. But it really depends on your preference as well. So I actually prefer the horizontal format. The size of the Midori page, or the regular size Midori page, is much longer and slightly wider than a personal size Filofax. So I can actually put more in a week on two format. So each notebook consists of 6 months, and this one goes from Jan to June. And I have a separate notebook that goes from July to December. So this is the back of that clear pouch that I showed you earlier. And what I've done is I've just stuck in some stickers and some of this masking sticker tape things. So the last notebook is a blank notebook that I've sandwiched between the craft folder. I don't really use the craft folder much except for the back slot where I've stuck in some of the stickers that I use regularly. But other than that, the front part is basically unused. I have not really found anything to stuff in there. And except for a few magnetic clips that I don't really use. But this blank notebook is what I would call my creative space. I have not, if you notice, I don't really decorate my front page or the cover page, although I really should. But the blank notebook is just blank paper, and this is where I try to get a bit creative. And then this is the bucket list that I created. These are some of the inspirational quotes that I like. I should really start filling out more quotes because I love quotes, and I try to remember them. So yeah, and this was just something that I put together because I had this postcard, and I thought, it would be nice to have a page for, travel inspiration, I suppose. And this was Happy Valentine's Day. I was trying out a calligraphy pen. And this is a really fun one that I did for the first day of Chinese New Year. I got this from a brochure of a grocery shop, I think. And I thought it was really interesting because it has the year 2015 in the shape of a goat, and this is the Chinese year of the goat. And I just did some simple, I won't call this journaling, but just some random bits that I wanted to remember of what happened on the first day of Chinese New Year. I think that's about it. So I have 3 notebooks in the Midori Traveler's Notebook. And to close it up, what I generally do is I'll just try to smoosh it in as much as possible so it minimizes the overhang, and then just loop the elastic, and that's it. So that is how my Midori is set up. I've been sick this whole week, and that's why I have not really been actively blogging or, you know, even active on social media. I've been pretty scarce this whole week, so I'm still recovering. And yeah, but I just wanted to show the setup that I have, and I really hope that you enjoy going through my Midori's Traveler's Notebook. I certainly enjoy going through other people's setup, so, and mine is fairly plain at this moment, but I think it will start filling out, you know, as time goes by. And I will probably do some updates as well, every once in a while. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this little tour of my Midori, and I'll catch you in my next video or blog post. So bye bye.